Dana White warns Adin Ross stay out of this business while attending streamer's first cage fighting event. Dana White did not have the advice Adin Ross wanted as he took in the streamer's first cage fighting event last night. The UFC Supremo was one of the many major stars in attendance at Ross Brand Risk Promotions on Friday as he visits Miami for UFC 314. He took in a night of generally underwhelming fights, which included one of the Island Boys being knocked out. While White was more impressed with the show put on by Brand Risk than rival promotions, he still didn't have super positive advice for Ross going forward. The Kickstar is known for putting on boxing showcases, but moved into kickboxing and MMA in a cage last night. Dana White tells Adin Ross stay out of this business. On Friday night, Dana White headed straight from the UFC 314 ceremonial weigh-ins to spend time with Adin Ross at his Brand Risk Promotions boxing event. He watched as influencers duked it out inside a cage under amateur kickboxing rules on a bizarre night of action. He was joined on the commentary desk by his right-hand man Hunter Campbell and boxing world champion Teofimo Lopez. And when Ross asked him for advice after finding his first event to feature cage fighting quite hard, White was not forthcoming. The UFC boss replied that Ross should stay out of this business. "It's not as easy as it looks." Ross seemed to take it well, laughing off the idea and telling White that he might have to go back to boxing. Dana White believes Brand Risk Promotions is doing better than UFC rivals. Despite all of that negativity, both Dana White and Hunter Campbell were quite complimentary of the show Adin Ross put on during fight week. He noted that viewership was higher than the likes of PFL and One Championship who compete with the UFC in the MMA space. "Listen, you've put on a show," White told Ross during a different segment of the show. "The place is packed, people are here hanging, you've got 500,000 people on stream, watching, you've got Drake hitting you up about it, I think you're doing okay. That's more than every other one of our competitors got going on, I can tell you that right now. If you look at any of our competitors that try to compete against us, you've got more going on here than they do." Hunter Campbell added to that sentiment by telling Ross that it was factual to claim he had a higher viewership with over 120,000 concurrent on Kick. "That's a factual statement, actually," he noted. "You have more viewers than I think anybody that's competing with the UFC does right now.